A Japanese animated film beat every American Hollywood film. Released in Japan that year, in 2016, in its own home country. It earned 25 billion yen at the Japanese box office, number 3 in all-time Japanese film history at the time. Its director was, before this film, largely unknown outside a small circle of Japanese anime fans. But here is the part almost no one outside Japan understands. This wasn't a Miyazaki film. It wasn't made by Studio Ghibli. It came from a completely different tradition, and a much smaller studio than anyone expected. As a Japanese TV writer for 30 years, I know why this happened, and it is not what most Western viewers think. 5 stories almost no one knows. The film is called Your Name, in Japanese, Kimi no Na wa. It was released in Japan on August 26, 2016. Directed and written by Makoto Shinkai. Produced by Comix Wave Films, a small independent animation studio. Distributed by Toho. Total Japanese box office, 25.03 billion yen. At the time, the 3rd highest grossing Japanese film in history. Now the 5 things. 1. The director Makoto Shinkai is not from the anime industry. He is from the video game industry. Born in 1973 in Nagano Prefecture, Shinkai graduated from Chuo University with a literature degree, not an art degree. He then worked at Nihon Falcom, a Japanese video game company, for 8 years. His early animation was self-produced at home in his spare time. The short film that launched his career, Voices of a Distant Star, was made entirely by Shinkai, alone on a home computer. This is completely different from how a Miyazaki or a Kunihiko Ikuhara or any traditional anime director builds a career. Shinkai came from outside the industry and brought a different sensibility with him. Your Name is, in a real sense, the moment a former video game programmer became one of Japan's most important living animation directors. 2. Your Name was made with a strategy no one had tried before assembled. Like a greatest hits album of Japanese animation, producer Genki Kawamura from Toho made a specific creative decision. He called Your Name Shinkai's greatest hits album. Every strength Shinkai had shown across his earlier films. The beautiful landscapes, the aching adolescent emotions, the synchronization of music and image, the fusion of Japanese tradition and modern life was concentrated into this single film. Kawamura also insisted on something unusual for a Shinkai project. He said, quote, "We don't need freshness." He meant this. Every element of Your Name was chosen for recognizability. The character designer, Masayoshi Tanaka, was already famous. The animation director, Masashi Ando, was one of the most respected animators in Japan. Even the lead voice actor, Ryunosuke Kamiki, was the only actor in history to have appeared in films by both Miyazaki and Mamoru Hosoda. This wasn't a small experimental film. This was a strategically assembled masterpiece, designed to be undeniable. 3. The animation was directed by a legendary studio, Ghibli veteran for the first time working outside Ghibli. Masashi Ando was one of the most important animators inside Studio Ghibli. He was the animation director on both Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away, working alongside Hayao Miyazaki. When Shinkai brought Ando onto Your Name, something unusual happened. A senior Ghibli animator whose entire career had been shaped inside. One of Japan's most famous studios entered a completely new environment, a small, independent studio led by a former video game programmer. Shinkai has said in interviews that Ando's presence during production was almost terrifying. Ando would draw and redraw single frames dozens of times throughout every day. The precision was of a level Shinkai had never worked with before. This is one reason Your Name looks the way it does. Ghibli's most disciplined animation instincts met Shinkai's independent creative vision, and the collision produced something unlike either tradition alone. 4. The music was created by a rock band, and this was almost unheard of for Japanese animation. Shinkai told producer Kawamura early in production that he wanted to work with the Japanese rock band Radwimps, not for a single song, for the entire film soundtrack. At the time, this was an unusual choice. Japanese anime films typically use classical composers, or established anime music professionals. Handing an entire film's musical world to a rock band was essentially an experiment. The result was 27 songs, composed by Radwimps specifically for the film. The theme song, Zen Zen Zens, became one of the biggest songs of 2016 in Japan. For an American comparison, it is roughly as if a major American animated film had given its entire score to a specific American rock band. Not just the theme song, but every single piece of music in the film. This choice reshaped what Japanese animation music could be, and it made the music of Your Name into something audiences remember deeply years after seeing the film. 5. Your Name's success reopened a door that had been closed since Miyazaki. Before Your Name, only one Japanese animation director had successfully exceeded 10 billion yen in Japanese box office. That director was Hayao Miyazaki. Miyazaki's success was, for decades, treated as a special exception, a one-of-a-kind case. Shinkai's Your Name broke that assumption. It proved that a Japanese anime film, not made by Ghibli, could reach and exceed Miyazaki-level commercial success. This changed how Japan's animation, industry, publishers, and film distributors thought about the market. Suddenly, a wider range of directors were seen as potentially bankable. Suddenly, a wider range of stories were being financed at higher scales. Your Name did not just succeed. It quietly opened the door for the next decade of Japanese animation, including, in a real sense, Demon Slayer's later record-breaking success. So why should you watch Your Name? Because everything about it, the director's outsider background, the strategically assembled team, the Ghibli veteran joining an independent studio, the rock band, composing the entire soundtrack, and the door it opened for Japanese animation is proof of one thing. The most beautiful Japanese films are made by people who trusted collaboration across boundaries, between game industry and anime, between old Ghibli and new independence, between traditional cinema and rock music. Your Name is a story of unusual combinations working together, and that is why it moved so many people. After 30 years inside Japanese television, this is what I see when I watch Your Name. If you have not seen it now, you know what to look for. If there is another Japanese anime or film you'd like me to break down next, comment below. See you next time. This was Keizo TV. Please subscribe.